Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, the 24th of February, and this is Natalia, Angel Lady, going live with the weekly angel messages at 11 a.m. sharp UK time. So I hope you can join me live. If you can't join me live because you're sleeping, you're working, you're busy, I completely get it, and I do appreciate you watching the replay. Now, I also need to mention about the replay is Facebook can be very glitchy, and we've had issues in the past with the replay not working. So, you know, like you try watch it and then it freezes at a certain point, so many minutes in. I'm sorry if that's happening for you, if you're watching the replay, and I do apologise. I hope it sorts itself out again. If not, try watch it in my Angel Lady School of Life group, which is free to join. It's just a free group that I created so that you could see more of my posts, because it used to be that you could see things in groups. Anyway, let's get down to business. We've got Andrea McSkimming in the house. Good morning to you, beautiful lady. I am doing very well. Thank you so much. Thank you for inquiring after me. And if you are here live or if you're watching the replay, do drop a comment. And sometimes the replay can look like the live. And if I don't acknowledge you, that'll be why. Because you're watching the replay, but it looks live. So good morning to Laurie Fantasia. Thank you so much for the stars, darling. I hope you're doing really well. I love your new avatar. Is it a wolf? It looks like a wolf. Anyway, good morning, Laurie. How are you doing, darling? And the sun is shining brightly here in my new space. I'm so excited. I'm coming to you live from my new home, my office space, my wardrobe office combined, because it's a big room, and I thought it's too nice to just keep it as a wardrobe and just come in here twice a day. I want to work in here because the light is beautiful. So while we're waiting for people to join us and to let me know you're here, I'm going to show you around, because I've moved my desk again. You know what I'm like. This is typical Gemini energy, right? Nothing ever stays the same. I'm always moving furniture around and ornaments and everything, because I just like doing it, because there's always a better way of having things laid out. So I was facing the door before. I was facing a wall, a bookcase, and then I just thought, I don't want to be doing that. I want to be facing the sunshine. So let me show you what my view is whenever I'm working and doing your readings. That's my little chair that somebody can sit in front and have a reading with me or can chat to me. It's my dressing table. That's the beautiful light coming through the window. And then here is, these wardrobes were in different rooms, and I was not sure if I was going to keep them. And then when I put them all in this room, they just came together beautifully. Now I've been flat pack building that piece over there in the corner this weekend. Took me 3 hours yesterday. And then I put those lights over the wardrobes. So those lights are from IKEA. I think the wardrobes are from IKEA. That chest of drawers is from IKEA. You know how it is. Until I can afford really bougie furniture, it's IKEA all the way for me. So yeah, that's my office space. An updated view of what I see when I'm doing your readings. And do you know what? It's so calm in here. It's so peaceful. It's so light. It's just fabulous. I was in my other house for 15 years. Can you believe it? 15 and a half years, actually. It took some extracting me from there, I can tell you. But I'm so glad I did this. This house, the light is just phenomenal. And where I lived before was very dark because we were opposite woodland, and then there was a cliff face on one side, woodland on the other. Now I do miss my birds and my wildlife. I miss the rugged terrain. I miss seeing my tree with the ivy climbing up it, because my garden is very small now here and has no plants in it whatsoever. Can you imagine that? No plants. So that's my task this summer, is to give it life and attract some birds in there. So it's going to be a nice challenge for me, but I'm so happy here. I'm getting along very well. But I tell you what, last week when I was live with you, I didn't know which way was up. I honestly felt so shell-shocked and a little bit disorientated. I'm still in Yorkshire, Kelly. I'm in the same town, but I moved to a village called Almondbury. And I'm actually going to have a walk into the village this week because I'm actually going to have some time to do that. And I'll do a little video of all my favourite places in the village because it's gorgeous. It's one of the oldest villages in this town that I live in, and it's just stunning. And I never knew that it was possible for me to move here. So you know when you tell yourself, like I was thinking, oh, I'll never sell my house, or it's not worth much, or as much as I'll, to get a house like this. When I actually put it on the market, well, I got some estate agents to come and evaluate. I was shocked. I was shocked at just how much more valuable it was because of the big garden that it had, like a plot of land, and so that really added to it. And it's meant that I could swap for a much more beautiful home with more space inside, but a small garden, which is what I want because I was just gardening all the time and cleaning and sweeping, and it was just really taking it out for me. So anyway, this is there's always a way. Sometimes we've got to be creative. And Kelly, it's so lovely to see you here. It really is so lovely to see you. I hope you're doing well, darling. And it's so lovely to see my gorgeous Joanna from Chingford Crystals. Drop a link to Chingford Crystals, Joe's bookshop, because it's such a magical place. So if you are down in the south, go give Jo a visit. She's amazing. Got to Morgan, Marianne. Hello, Crystal, my fellow Yorkshire lady. Good evening to my gorgeous Christiane Cotterill. Andrea Max Gimming, thank you so much. And Jacqueline Blaney. Hello, darling. Good morning to you. Oh, that was your cat, Laurie, gone feral. I love that. I feel like I'm going feral too. I'll join you there. I'll join Gimli. Is it Gimli? Jane Price, good morning. Oh, Kelly, you just sat down with a cuppa. Oh, I wish you could sit down with a cuppa here with me. You'll have to come visit. Right, shall we get started? Because I'm all set up for you. Marianne, thank you so much, darling, for the stars. You are a diamond. Do you know, when I'll tell you a funny story. I was in IKEA car park with my flat pack furniture boxes, because that's the tall mum dresser sort of drawer unit. So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drawers, and it's got like a top that lifts up on a hinge with a mirror, so you can put jewellery in the bottom of it. It's got like a lining pad. It's fabulous. It's £99 on the family. If you've got an IKEA family card, you get it for £99, so you save £15. And so anyway, I went to collect the boxes, from the warehousey bit, and I got this box, and the boxes had 1 and 2 on them, and I was like, which one do I need, 1 or 2? So I just thought, well, I'll pick number 1 up. So I got to the checkout, and then when I was scanning it, it said, this product needs 2 boxes. Have you got both boxes? And I thought, that's why it said 1 and 2. So I went back with my trolley, got this second box, was heavier than the first one. It was a nightmare. So I only just managed to drop it onto this trolley. And I thought, how am I going to get it in my car? So anyway, I got number 1 box in the car okay. Number 2 box, I couldn't lift it. And I was struggling away, and lots of people were walking past me, just looking. Didn't say anything, didn't do anything, staring. I thought, I'm not going to ask them. And then this old lady, I'm not kidding you, she must have been about 70, looked really frail, walks up to me and went, would you like a hand, dear? Can I help you lift that into your car? And I sort of went, like, oh no, I feel so bad, like, you can't help me, you're really frail. And she went, is that yes or no? And I went, yes. And she lifted this box up like, I don't know what, she, what's it called? She-Woman, Wonder Woman. Got it in the car. She dusted her hands off, and then I went, You're an angel. And she went, I've been called many things, but not an angel. Thank you. And walked off. So there you go. Who'd have thought it? So anyway, if you see somebody struggling to get something in their car, go and help them, because honestly, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare out there. And what I did, you might be thinking, how did you lift it out of your car when you got to the other end? Well, I unpacked it in my car and I took all the individual pieces out of the box. Clever me, but I couldn't do that in the IKEA car park. I might have had to resort to that. Anyway, I'm so sorry to hear about your kitty. Kelly, sending you lots of love to Kelly, who lost her beautiful Moggy this weekend. Laurie's cat is named after the dwarf warrior in The Lord of the Rings. Same attitude. I love it. And yeah, follow Joe's Bookshop, Chingford, crystals. Oh, she does lovely crystals as well. Good morning, Lucy Blackster. Shira the what? Shira, that's it. I was going to say like She-Hulk. I don't know. Anyway. Don't look at somebody and imagine they can't lift an IKEA box, because she's obviously been eating her Weetabix before she went to IKEA. So anyway, let's get on with the messages. Oh, it's 11:11. Make a wish, darlings. Make it a big one. Right, shall we find out what's going on? Because we've got a new moon happening on Thursday, the 27th of February, and it's in the sign of Pisces. So happy birthday to all my lovely Pisceans. And if you've got Pisces in a prominent part of your chart, if you've got your moon in Pisces or your Pisces ascendant like my daughter, then this moon is really important for you, or if you are a Pisces sun sign. We're going to get the lowdown on what's going on with this new moon in Pisces. Don't you worry about that. Right, so the first half of the week, what have we got? What's the energy, angels? Oh, Ace of Earth. So, sorry, I'm wobbling my camera a bit. Inflow of abundance. New opportunities to make money, to grow your finances. This is money incoming. You might be signing a contract this week that secures you a deal. You might get an offer from somebody to buy something of yours. But it's a good money card. It's like putting those roots down and the money flows in. Now, this does tend to be more earned income. So it does tend to be more like you've earned this, you deserve it, you've put the graft in for it. It could be a new income stream that is materializing in the first 3 days of this week. It could be, like you've earned your money before. You bought an asset. It could be a car, it could be a house, could be a piece of furniture, it could be a piece of jewellery, and you decide to sell it. You come to an agreement with somebody about that. But this is a good card for solidity with finances, getting that agreement in place, signing that contract, doing that deal, winning that pitch, or, you might have put a proposal together to somebody and they say, yeah, the rubber stamp it, let's go. All of those who are waiting on job offers, who've been for interviews, this is grounding something in your life. Now, the Ace of Earth can also mean grounding something that you've wanted that's been up in the air, and it comes down to earth and it starts to get roots. So there's something new that's rooting itself in our lives at the beginning of this week. So isn't that wonderful? Just before the new moon. I'm loving that. So, happy birthday to you. You're a Pisces, Andrea. Love it. And look at that. She's holding that staff with that beautiful golden acorn on it. Now, this reminds me of my wooden wand. I'm going to go get it. Just bear with me 1 second, because I know where it is, and I'm not going to stop shaking this camera, I promise. I'm back. You know what? I've spent days upon days sorting things out, so I know where everything is. It's a wonderful thing. And look, it's like my wand with this twisty wood, and then it's got this beautiful clear quartz point on one end and the clear quartz sphere on the other end. And look, I'm holding this on your behalf, and we are, that energy's pointing downwards to the earth. And then this is about manifesting your your desires. What do you desire? It's fabulous. Whatever you desire. I'm going to try and move this so it's got more stability because it's wibbly wobbly and you feel seasick watching this. Now, some of you may have ordered, when I originally brought out my oh gosh, what's it called, the oracle board and the Wheel of Abundance. It's a two-sided board that you can lay your cards out on, and then you can throw crystals or charms on the other side. I did a pack that was like a launch pack, and this wand was in it. So some of you may actually have this wand to get your wand out. I'm going to put it there on the reading table because it just feels like it's very relevant to this week's energy. Let me move you along now. I'm moving you all over the place. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry, my loves. Right, so second card represents the new moon in Pisces. This is the first half of the week. This is the new moon in Pisces. What have we got? What's this new moon in Pisces bringing? Oh, change. So, you might find that things turn around, that you do a 180 and you think, oh, I don't want to do that thing that I said I was going to do. So watch out for new doors opening, new wisdom coming in, new downloads of information. We've got Archangel Chamuel. He's the archangel who's connected to the sacral chakra. Sacral chakra is a point of birth, birthing things. It's detaching from things. It's a reignition of something. It's that whole sense of, you know, what other people wanted for me, I don't want so much. And this is you getting really well acquainted with change and wanting change, because change is the only constant. It's like the only thing that takes you towards what it is that you need. It's got a very transformative element about it with all these butterflies. Now, I know the world is a very changeable place right now, so we have to get on board with that change, don't we? And we have to find our own ways of which, where are we holding on to old thought patterns, old ways of being. You know, I was reading about artificial intelligence, the advancement of this. It's quite startling how quickly it's going to start infiltrating our lives, and some of the negative impacts of it. I was talking to my friend about this yesterday, actually. But also there are positives, or there are things that we can do to counter that or to bring value to our own lives. So think about your value and how you need to change up and adapt to change, because you know the world has always been changing. Things will die off, new things will grow in their place. And as humans, we are very adaptable. We've had to. And any species that adapts can continue. So you might get some kind of wake-up call this week about the ways in which you need to change, the ways in which you might want to change. Now, because this is a new moon in Pisces, Pisces is one of the outermost, it's ruled by one of the outermost planets, which is Neptune. And Neptune is, you know, when a planet is outermost, it's connected much more closely to the angelic realm, to the spiritual realms, to our divine purpose, a sense of, you know, why did I come here into this lifetime? We get glimpses of that all the time, don't we? We get this need to do something, to go somewhere, to pick up something new. So you might get some kind of revelations about your purpose, or ways in which you need to change things up. But it's all good. You know, the universe is wise and loving. So, and 7, you know, we've got 16. 1 and 6 is, when you add them together, it's 7. And 7 energy is, and there's 16 people watching, interesting. It's all about change, but it's all about divine purpose and divine timing. So the cosmic alarm clock going off, I love it. And you're powerful enough to receive whatever it's bringing, whatever it's waking you up to. So then this last card represents the end of the week. What have we got coming in at the end of the week? Yes, do you know, I feel like these cards are telling a story. So the end of the story, or the, you know, what we get to the end of this chapter, is that you want much greater depth and meaning in your life. And with the 8 energy, 8 is about empowerment. 8 is about going towards that thing that you love. Feeling empowered enough, authoritative enough to be able to say yes to those things and no to the things that you don't want. It's almost giving yourself the permission to leave something behind you, or to swim towards those things that, to go towards the light. To leave behind the things that, other people might relish and they might think is fantastic. It's not floating your boat anymore. It's not doing anything for you. It's not lighting you up. You want to go to the light, and you're prepared to do what it takes to do that. Now, this card is just before the 9 of Cups, which is the wish fulfillment card. So the 8 of Water is that point of motion, that point where we go, if I want to get my wishes, I have to move towards them. I have to show the universe I mean business. Now, in terms of the story that we're getting unfolding here, so we started with some kind of offer coming in, some kind of worldly material thing being achieved. And that can be very freeing. That can be the catalyst for you to change up something that you thought you couldn't, where you suddenly think, yeah, now I've got this extra injection of cash, or now I've got this new contract, this new job. There are things that I don't want to do anymore. And I'm going to take my power and I'm going to go towards the thing that really does inspire me, motivate me, fulfill me, and take me more towards the things that I am craving on a soul level. But it starts with this material change, and it's almost like that's the catalyst that starts this ball rolling this week. So it feels like an important week because we've got Archangel Chamuel right at the heart of it. So, wow, I love that. Now let's look at our other cards. Let's see what the overall energy is for the week from the Oracle of Wisdom and Beauty. And we've got choices. This is the number 9. Number 9 energy is wisdom. Sometimes we can't make a choice because we don't have all the information we need. We're not mature enough. Sometimes we grab at things and it's more from an ego place that we're making that choice. But this is a choice based on your highest good and what matters to you. Go in that direction and go wholeheartedly, because you've got Archangel Chamuel guiding you and helping you to make that choice and make that change. Let's not go on the brown road, let's follow the yellow brick road, because it's sparkling and it leads to the Emerald City. But it actually, the Emerald City, with the Wizard of Oz and everything, that they thought, Dorothy and her friends, they thought they were going to be given something by getting to see the wizard, but actually they already had it within them. And that's what I love most about those books and that story. It's we already have what we need. We just sometimes don't see it, or we need something to be the catalyst for that change, to prod us into action. And the yellow on this card is all about empowerment. It's the solar plexus. It's about you've got agency and authority. You can do whatever you want to do, but make choices based on your highest good and you'll fly. And it doesn't matter what other people think about those choices. It's what matters most to you, as you're here living your life. And then our spirit animal for the week is the lion. Yeah, do you know what? I love this. I love that we have this solar plexus chakra energy, that we have this, the king of the jungle, the queen of the jungle, you being the star of your own movie. You're not the bit part, walk on part. You're not the supporting act. You're the star. And this is you realizing it, and I better get weaving the story that I want to write rather than the one that's been written for me or the people want to write for me. Creativity takes courage. Always feel worthy enough of your creative talents. Be unafraid to bring beauty into the world. Be unafraid to be you. Be unafraid to be everything that you are a shining light in the world. Sometimes you put, dimmers on it, but not this week, and not at all. So I always draw a card from the Queen of the Moon Oracle deck, which is this one by Stacey DeMarco, when we have a new moon or a full moon, when I can remember anyway. So sometimes I don't do it because I forget, but I'm only human sometimes. And so this is the Queen of the Moon Oracle for this week, for the new moon, and it is surrender. Surrender to change, surrender to what it is that you believe you really want. Look, he's opening up to all of that divine energy and inspiration. And there's like this rock behind him. So it's like you be steadfast, be rock steady, and you've got your angels as supporting you like rocks behind you. You've got your higher self and your mission. It's becoming a lot clearer, that mission of yours. Something's being lit up this week. Will you be courageous enough to follow the invitation, to accept it, to say yes? The inspiration's coming very soon, in the next 3 days. And also, I do like to hear from you about whether, any of this is played out for you in your life, or how it's resonating with you. Okay, are you still with me? You've all gone quiet. Maybe you are mesmerized by the angel messages. Maybe it's that. So I'm going to have a sip of water, and then we're going to choose one of these containers. Now, I've been clearing out my kitchen cupboards, or emptying boxes into my kitchen cupboards. And I'm just going to send some magic into these with my wand, so I can find everything. And so I've got a storage cupboard, a cupboard where I put, do you have those plastic boxes, like sandwich boxes, freezer boxes? Well, I've got a cupboard that's dedicated to that now. And these are bamboo. I love a bit of bamboo. Even though they look like plastic, they're actually bamboo. So they came in a set of 3. Now each one of these contains an object. Now I'm going to add an extra layer to this reading this morning. I'm just going to ask you to choose one of these, because obviously we've got messages for you with the cards underneath. But there's an object inside each one, and I want you to feel, sense, intuit whether you can pick up on what that object might be, or the theme of that object in whichever container you're choosing. Okay, so you're getting colours, you're getting numbers, or you're getting images in your mind. Which one of these are you going for? Number 1, which is like the circular lavender colour. Number 2, which is the orange square. Or number 3, which is the lavender square. And just let me know. Lucy Blackstick, good morning, darling. If you are picking anything up on what might be inside, because there's an extra message for you, an extra object that has symbolism and a message. So is there anything that you're picking up about the one you've chosen? And it'd be interesting to see if there's anything coming through for you in terms of a little message, a little nod. Is anybody going to be brave enough to say what they're picking up? Okay, so number 1. All right, number 1. I'm going to be careful with this one because it's a bit fragile. So you have got a little squeak from me. Are you ready? You've got a lucky duck with a little blue eye and an orange beak. So it's like a beautiful amber colour. Now, the lucky ducks, does anybody know where these hail from? What the story is behind these? And do you have one? So that looks a bit like a crescent moon when you look to the side of it, Crystal, with the eyes. So the lucky ducks, there's a place, a beautiful seaside town in the northeast called Whitby. And it was a wonderful place where the fishing place, fishing town, and all the boats used to, go from there. and there was a wonderful photographer called Sutcliffe, and he took all these amazing photographs of those times during Victorian times. Just have a look online, Sutcliffe, Whitby. Look at the images. They're in sepia tone. Oh my goodness, they're some of the most iconic images of that time. Now, in Whitby there is a glass blowing shop, and they make these, and they're called Lucky Ducks. So you get one according to, you just choose one from whatever you like, or this is your birth month. So my birth month was the amber colour, and they're said to be very lucky. So this is my little lucky duck that I got last time I was in Whitby. Had it for a long time. I've not been to Whitby for ages. I must go again. But it's a magical place, a really magical, and it's got these whale bones, very iconic whale bones, and also Bram Stoker based Dracula on Whitby. There was, I think he wrote the book there. I don't know. Anyway, it's very gothic. They do a lot of gothic festivals there. I'm selling Whitby to you. I hope that you're buying it. I must go because I love it so much. So yeah, go get yourself a lucky duck when you're in Whitby. So anyway, this is a message for you if you chose number 1, that you're going to be lucky. So you could get, let's just find that card again. Where has it gone? You might get some lucky break this week. And you make your own luck, don't you? So, you know, even if you buy a lottery ticket, you've made your own luck by buying it. But somebody might give you an opportunity this week, or you might get some money. And it's a really lucky thing. So good luck with the lucky duck. Right, so your message. You've never been to Yorkshire, Kelly. You must come, and we must go to Whitby. Let's make it our mission that you come up. Okay, so your message is, you've never been either, Lucy. Oh, yeah, so everybody needs to come to Whitby. We should have a little meet-up in Whitby. Shall we have a little spiritual get-together? It's a very, very, and the energy is wonderful. So these are from the Daily Guidance from Your Angels Oracle cards. They're out of print now. They are not available, so I'm not showing you the box because there's no point. Very hard to come by. So what is your message? It is play. Oh, look at that beautiful little fairy girl, angel girl, leaping across the lily pads, being very playful. She's so cute. And it says, beloved one, it's time to set aside work for a while. Don't worry. We will oversee your responsibilities to their completion. Playfulness, gaiety and laughter will lift your energy so that you'll return to work with a renewed perspective and heightened energy. Oh, isn't that lovely? So yeah, some luck's going to come your way so you can play. Be playful. Okay, so what lovely messages. Right, number 2. Now, what are you saying about number 2? Kelly's saying, you're feeling like it's a bird or a dragonfly or an insect of some kind. Very random, you know. Probably wrong. Maybe not. Probably right. Maybe you were picking upon the bird with the duck. A car for number 2 for you, Lucy. Let's have a look. Oh, getting the lid off this. Oh, now you said a bird, an insect. This is an egg. It's a chocolate egg. So birds lay eggs, right? I know it's a tenuous link, but now the egg represents fertility. Also represents Easter. This is a little Easter egg. I'm going to eat this at some point. It's got praline inside. Oh, can't wait. And so eggs about something ready to crack open in your life, something ready to birth itself. And we had lots of things about birth and renewal. We had sacral chakra energy, and you know, your willingness to embrace the new. What's inside the egg? What's ready to crack open in your life? It feels spiritual because this is purple. It's also very yummy. I think you're going to love it. So that's your message today. Isn't that lovely? And then, oh, a ball or a round shape, you said, Crystal, for number 2. And there you got it. We got an egg shape. She's on it today, Crystal. So your message from the daily guidance cards is giving and receiving. So there's that beautiful angel lady sitting there with a parrot, and she's feeding a kangaroo who's got a little Joey in his pouch. And it says giving and receiving. The entire universe operates in cycles similar to your inhalations and exhalations. When you only exhale, give, or only inhale, receive, you become out of rhythm with the universe. For optimal health, energy, and replenishment, balance each inhalation in your life with an exhalation. So I guess this is a bit like me accepting that lady's help in the car park the other day and sort of wanting to dismiss it, like, oh, she can't help me, and she's actually super helpful. That, you know, sometimes we feel like, oh no, I've got to struggle and do everything myself. I've got to always be the one who's giving and helping. Well, maybe this week, what's birthing in your life is somebody wants to help you, and she's helping. You know, everybody's in this chain of receiving or giving, and it is about that balance. And it really needs to be struck. So just as we can't have our life being perfect in every way every day, we've got to go through ups and downs, but it's about a balancing act, isn't it? And I'm about to sneeze. Excuse me, sorry, that was very, very random. You know, I always say, if I sneeze during a reading, that's the angels blessing you. So, yeah, be open to receiving. Now, if you feel like you've been leaning on others a lot, then it's your time to pay it forward. You don't necessarily have to give back to the person who helped you, but you can pay it forward in some way. So it's important to make sure that the world is a balanced place in doing that. Okay, so that is your message. You, number 2, eggs. Thank you, Lucy. I might have to blow my nose. This is very unprofessional. Being very human today. So let's have a look at our third. Number 3. If you chose number 3, we've got number 3 on the dice as well. So it's a red dice. Now, the dice always reminds me of chance, fate, taking a risk. You throw the dice, you don't know what number's going to land on. So this is about you taking risks this week. And there's a new pathway opening up for you. You don't know where you got the car from, Lucy. Well, maybe that's, you know, the car can be a symbol of our drive. Can be a symbol of our purpose. So when we dream about cars, that's what it means, your life purpose. The direction you're going in. So number 3 is a pathway, something new opening up. It's also about joyfulness. So if you take a risk, if you say yes to something you'd normally say no to, or that you've been thinking, oh, well, what other people think about this? Can I do this? Oh, I'm just going to throw my hat in the ring. I'm going to do it. Then this is going to lead to joy and fulfillment and connection to others as well. It's a celebratory energy, number 3. Dave's doing driving lessons. Well, good for Dave. I wish him lots of luck with that. So, your message from the daily guidance from your angels cards is go for it. Yes, double message here. Go for it. It's got this lady with purple wings on a unicorn. Unicorn's freedom. Unicorn is manifestation of wishes. Your prayers and positive expectations have been heard and answered. We've been working with you and on this situation since its genesis, and we continue to watch over you and everyone involved. Stay on your present path as it will take you very far indeed, but also I would add to that, take a few risks along the way. Don't just stay on the tried and tested path. Take a leap of faith sometimes. Do the thing that feels impossible, and it might just be possible. So when I sit here in this house that I'm living in now, I can't quite believe it happened. Well, you know, that I did go through a lot of heartache to get it, but there were times when I thought, oh no, it's fine. I'll just do up the house that I'm living in. I'll just make it work for me. Sometimes you've just got to go for it, because that yearning you're feeling, it's very real. It's coming from a very deep place. And if you honour those impulses, that information that you're getting from your higher self, if you believe enough that you deserve it and that you want it, it will happen for you. And yeah, it might be tricky. There might be some bumps in the road along the way, but you'll get there because you want it enough, and it wants you right back. So go for it. That is what the message is for you today. So there we go. Those are our beautiful messages for the new moon in Pisces. I'm about to do some readings now. So I'm going to get on with those. First coffee, and then crack on with my eclipses readings. I have a couple of spaces for Friday if anybody would like an eclipses reading. I'm going to drop a link in the comments for you to my website where you can order your reading. I'm typing this in. But anyway, I just want to wish you a wonderful week and a wonderful new moon in Pisces, and sending you all my very best wishes, my loves. Take care. Lots and lots of love.